Welcome back guys, and in this video we are going to see that how to handle frames in Selenium WebDriver. So before telling you what a frame is, let us see that what method is required in order to handle the frames. Okay, later I'll be telling you very clearly that what a frame is. Okay, and you'll be able to handle frames without any hesitation. So let us search Selenium dot dev, okay, and reach the official Selenium website. So this is the official Selenium website, right? So let us move to downloads and then show you the API docs for Java, okay, because we are starting Selenium Java, and then move to org.openqa.selenium, right? So then you need to move to WebDriver interface, right? And then we can see that WebDriver interface has many methods, okay? And we have completed most of the methods from them, right? So switch to we have seen earlier, but not in very detail. So switch to is the method responsible for, frame handling. We will use this in handling frames, okay? So now let me tell you what basically a frame is, okay? So let me open a new tab and then search HTML frames W3 schools, right? So HTML iframes. So what is a frame? Okay, so let us, see this. So frame is nothing but, embedded another HTML document within the current HTML document. For example, if you, inspect a web page, then you can see that web page is designed by HTML, right? So we have the opening HTML tag. Here somewhere in this particular, whole document object model of HTML, whole document of HTML in simple language, you can find another HTML document, okay? And that particular document, another HTML document or the child HTML document creates a frame, okay? I will now show you how a frame looks like and then inspect it and tell you where that HTML document is embedded, right? So have patience, I'm just showing you. So I have selected a website, right? So this is demo.automationtesting.in, and now let me inspect this particular frame, right? You can see a frame over here. Okay, inspecting this, and then I'll show you that here, just wait for a while. Let me inspect it. Yeah, you can see an iframe tag. Okay, we have seen that the frames are created using the iframe tag, right? So we have the iframe tag over here, right? This one. And when I'm placing my pointer over this iframe tag, you can see that the particular frame is getting highlighted, right? So iframe tag is responsible for the frame. Okay. And you can see HTML body inside this. So HTML tag, head, and then body, right? So this is the body, right? It is a small body, but it is a body, right? So, and the main parent HTML tag is this, which is the whole complete web page, right? Whole complete web page is the main HTML page, right? And we have a frame inside it. This is the child HTML, right? It requires another HTML document for itself, right? So we have another HTML document. Look at here, right? So this is what a frame is. Now, why do we, need to handle frames? Let us come to that. For example, if I, want to type something over here, for example, hello firm IT, right? If I want to type this, will I be able to type this particular hello firm IT in this particular text box? No. Why? Because by default, the script has the control over the main HTML, right? Main HTML body or the main web page, right? It does not has the control over the frame. Okay, it does not has the control over the frame, so we need to switch to the frame, right? So we need to switch to the frame. So let me show you clearly from the script, first before switching to the frame and then after switching to the frame, whether we are able to type hello firm IT in this particular text holder or text place. Okay, so we have, our this particular Eclipse IDE, and we have, let me remove this, we have, invoke the Chrome browser. I hope that you know what this is. Okay, so I'm going to type here driver.get. I'm hoping you know this because I am in the mid of the Selenium WebDriver lecture, and I hope that you're following me since the very, initial lectures, right? So if you have not watched it, do watch it, because all the videos have been created in a chronological order so that you can understand things step by step, right? So now I'm typing driver.get, and we need to type the, paste the URL of that particular website. So this is the particular website, Control C, and then I need to paste it, right? I pasted it. And then we need to type something in this particular text box. So what can we do? We can simply inspect it, and then this is the input tag, right? Responsible for this particular text box. You can see when I'm placing my pointer over here, it is getting highlighted. So let us copy the XPath of this particular, text box, and then right here, driver dot find element, and then by, and then XPath, right? And then let us place the XPath over here. So we have located that particular text box, and then we need to send some keys. Okay, we use the method send keys in order to type, right? So send keys, and then inverted commas, and then hello firm IT, right? So let us close this line. So whether our script will be able to type this particular hello firm IT in that particular text box or not, let us see. Okay, so let us run the script, or first let me maximize the window. So driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, so you can see very clearly. So let me run the script, and you will see that Chrome browser is opening, and automation testing demo website is opening, and it maximized, and no, it was unable to type. Why this happened? This happened because you can see the error over here, that no such element, unable to locate the element by the XPath this. So it was unable to locate the element. Which element? That particular text box, right? So this is the text box, right? This particular element was not recognizable by the script. Why this happened? Because the script has the control over the main HTML document, okay, parent HTML document, not over this frame or the child HTML document. I've already shown you that if you inspect this, you know there will be a frame, right? So the script does not has control over this iframe tag and inside it, right? The script does not has control over this particular HTML, right? So HTML and then closing tag. If I expand it, this is the whole sort of HTML body and head tag, right? So the script does not has control over this. The script has by default control over this parent HTML tag, right? This particular whole HTML tag. So in order to locate this particular text box which is inside the child HTML tag or the iframe, we need to switch to the frame first. Okay, we need to switch to the frame first. So in order to switch to the frame, we are writing here driver dot switch to method, right? switch2, and then frame. As soon as I have written frame, you can see you can switch to frame by three methods: by index, by name or ID of that particular iframe tag, and then you can store the frame locator in certain web element kind of object, and then provide that object in this particular bracket, right? I'll show you each and every method, right? So let us first try by index. So what is switching by index? Let me tell you. For example, there is a web page, for example this one, which has 4 frames. I know that this particular web page has only 1 frame, but for suppose there is a web page which has 4 frames. Okay, then by default developer has given indexes to every frame, right? So the first frame will have the index 0, the second frame will have the index 1, the third frame will have the index 2, and the fourth frame will have the index 3, right? So this is how indexes are given to the frames. But since here we have only 1 frame, what will be the index of this particular frame? 0, right? So it will be the 0th index, and this is the only frame, right? So if we switch to frame by the 0th index, we will definitely be landing over to this particular frame, right? This particular frame. Okay. But whenever there are multiple frames, then you cannot figure out which particular index is responsible for which particular frame, right? For example, there are n number of frames, then you cannot tell that which is the 0th index frame, which is the first index frame, which is the 5th index frame, right? So we are lucky enough that we are having only one frame over this particular web page. In that case, when there are many number of frames, we will use different method in order to switch to frame, right? Do not worry, we have methods for every switching to frame, right? Let me close this. Okay, so now let us move to this script and then save this particular script. This time it will be able to type hello from IT. Let me show you. Now I have run the script, and Chrome driver is opening. Automation testing will open, and yeah, it maximized. It typed here hello from IT, you can see. Okay, this time it typed. Why? Because it was able to switch to this particular frame, and within this particular frame it was able to locate this particular text box, right? So now we will see another method to switch to frame, right? So I am typing here dot frame, and then we will use this particular web element frame element method. In case there are multiple frames over a website, you can use this. Okay, so in this, what we have to do, we just have to first find the frame, right? So we will write here driver dot find element, and then by, and then id, right? And then we will provide the id of that particular iframe tag, right? Because the iframe tag is responsible for the frame, right? So I'll show you this particular iframe tag. Okay, this is the iframe tag, which is responsible for the particular frame, right? You can see when I'm placing my pointer over this iframe tag, the frame is getting highlighted. So let me copy the id, control C, and then paste this particular id, control V, right? So we have located that particular frame. Now you see here that the return type of find element is a web element. So let us store the locator of the frame in a particular web element kind of object. So web element, and then frame one, right? So frame one object is having the location of that particular frame. Okay, so let us now switch to frame via this particular object, right? Frame one. Okay, so now again we have switched to the frame, and again hello from IT will be typed in that particular placeholder, right, or the text box. So let us run the script again. I have saved it already. Again the Chrome browser will open, and the automation testing website will open, and it will maximize, and it again typed in hello from IT, you can see. Okay, so this is how we need to switch to frame. I hope that you have understood that before we were switching to frame, how it was unable to type hello from IT, and later on it typed hello from IT when we switched to the frame, either by index or by storing the locator of the iframe tag via ID or name. You can use name also, right? So it had name also. Let me show you. It had name also. Okay, so you can use name, and then you can switch to particular frame, right? So this is how we switch to frame in Selenium WebDriver, and this is how frame switching is done. Okay, so we will meet in the next video. Till then, you keep watching, keep revising, most importantly, and keep learning. Thank you.